Over the past decade, I've been able to experience a whole lot more than I could have ever imagined. Fun and not so fun travel experiences, success in my career, sleepless nights to meet looming deadlines, raising a small child, failure, growth, and just overall learning how to exist in this world and come to terms with life itself. I'm turning 30 this year, and the weight of all these experiences has really led me to self-reflect on the valuable lessons that I've both learned and relearned time and time again, ones that I'll hold near and dear to my heart through all that I do. And I hope I can pass them along to anybody navigating their 20s, or really anyone at all. So here are the 5 things I wish I knew in my 20s. Today we are going to the beach for a solo overnight camping trip. The last time I did anything like this was 3 years ago, post-heartbreak. I wanted to see that I could prove to myself I was comfortable being alone. While that was a really hard experience, I learned a lot. Why I'm going on the trip? It's because I need some rest. It's been a crazy start to the year for me, and I just need some time alone. And what better place to do that than the ocean? We're getting older, so let's do this. Number 1, preparation sets you up for success. There's been a lot of times throughout my life where anxiety has gotten the best of me. What's really helped me is preparation in all areas of my life. Setting your clothes out the night before a work day, packing the night before a camping trip. Unlike me, right now. Prepping your gear well before a shoot, rehearsing a presentation or a future conversation that you might have, watching film to prep for the next big game, and the list goes on. Preparedness eliminates some of the anxiety that comes from the unexpected. You've essentially done the work ahead of time, and all that's left is to execute. And no, you can't account for everything. It's almost a guarantee that things could go off script. But putting in the time ahead of time will free up a good amount of your time and energy once you come face to face with whatever it is that you need to tackle. Preparation sets you up for success. That brings us to the second thing I wish I knew in my 20s, and that's that money isn't everything. Over the past year, I've been more financially comfortable than I have been in my entire life. It's afforded me the ability to support myself and some, which I'm very grateful for. It's also allowed me to take time off to go on trips like this one today. However, this past year has also been one of the worst years for me in terms of my health. Overworking myself, disobeying my mind and body and getting sick, staying indoors, not using journaling or art as an outlet. The list goes on. Money can help alleviate a lot of issues and solve a lot of problems, but money can't buy happiness or fulfillment.
I'm sure you've heard that already before, but it's something I firmly believe. I always thought that in my 20s I had to grind, and the money would come and bring me happiness, but that's quite the opposite, actually. You have to get yourself to a place where you're comfortable with your surroundings. Without fulfillment in your creative life, your work, your relationships, what does it matter how much money you make? You're not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Either way, get that bread, but make sure you take care of yourself and your loved ones too.
Number 3, don't stress about making the right decision. Make the decision right. There have been countless times throughout my 20s where I've wondered if I'm making the right choice or not. From choosing my next meal to bigger decisions that can change the course of life, anxiety around making the right choice is a difficult thing to shake. However, making the decisions right has helped me navigate and come to terms with them. All we have is now. The future is uncertain, and the past can't be changed. It's not fair to yourself to dwell on what-ifs because you simply won't know. You'll experience the results of making said decision and have to do your best to adjust your life accordingly. Focus on what's in front of you. Embrace it. In the now is where I find that joy resides, and all timelines take form.
Speaking of decisions, that brings me to the 4th thing I wish I knew in my 20s, and that's that it's okay to say no.
Learning to say no is a lesson that really started clicking for me in my mid-20s. The thoughts associated with saying no can be heavy. Feeling like I'm going to let others down, like I'm going to miss out on fun or a good time. Those thoughts dwell on you. But when you truly know that a yes might not be the feasible thing to say and honor, and that the positives of saying no outweigh the negatives, then I found that it's best to protect your time and energy whenever possible through the power of a no. It is bedtime. I'm inside the tent now, and the waves outside are loud and proud, so we'll see how sleep goes. We still got the morning, and in the morning I will tell you the 5th thing that I wish I knew in my 20s. Until then. Good morning. I moved to the car halfway through the night because the wind got so bad. My tent started to collapse. It was just too much. So I think it's time to enjoy the morning. What do you say? Yeah. And last but not least, number 5. There's beauty in being alone. Getting comfortable in your own presence and treating yourself to solo experiences in this world, no matter the size, is one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself. Though it can often be challenging and lonely. I won't lie to you, I would have loved to have experienced this trip with my girlfriend. I know she would have loved it, and I really missed her company. And I enjoyed my own. Both can be true. Personally, I've just been in such a mental rut all throughout the fall and the winter that I felt too comfortable and stuck in my ways. Wake up in the afternoon, see the sun for 2 hours, work, but not work on my art. Feel terribly behind all day, stay up until 2 or 3 a.m., rinse it and repeat. I've been sick of myself. I knew I had to listen to my mind and body, which have been screaming at me to do something different. Dedicating some alone time every week, like I did with this solo trip, I can already feel is allowing me to show up for others and myself as authentically and energized as I know that I'm capable of. I hope this reflection of lessons from my 20s has been helpful to you. My name is Shawn, and I'll see you again soon.